Hello. How we doing? Yep. Starting under 10 minutes. Oof. Revolutionary. Hoping the game doesn't crash, as usual. Alrighty. Oh, right, yeah. Last time I died. Yeah, we're back at the start here. Alright. I guess we'll restart this conversation. You know what? We'll actually leave this. Leave it for later. We'll go to Evrart now. I made it the title. We'll do that now. I have 5 volition. I should pass the check now. If I don't, then I must have misunderstood something. Oh, he does have something to say. I have mucus in my throat, so I might not be so good for this. Knocked him out good, he greets you. Like the flying desperado. Who or what is a flying desperado? It's that really cool flying desperado spin kick he did, Boyadero. Often performed by the most hard-boiled boyaderos on the steps. It was nothing. He nods energetically. So what's on your mind this time? Yeah. Nothing new there. Wait, actually, I'm gonna talk to Measurehead again just to make sure. I should be able to get him to pull the body down now. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I think I have to talk to Evrart first. Alright. I gotta do this before day 3, because otherwise I'm not going to... I'm not going to get a modifier for a check later. Yes, I did a little bit of cheating because I want to get those armor pieces, damn it. Yeah, still not gonna work. You gotta be here for a couple more days, I think. Alright. Quick save. He's trying to throw you off your game with this Dubois nonsense. Don't give him the pleasure. And... wait, seriously? I passed the check. How do you not sit? I know it's possible. Is it because I failed it before? Oh, that's confusing. I've seen this before, like parts of this. I know you cannot sit if you have high enough volition. And I passed the check, but I still have to take the seat anyway. Oh, whatever. Damn, that's a nasty play. He's got you, a titan of volition, and a fork. Guess you just have to sit or leave. Okay. I just have to sit down, I guess. Ooh, it creaks like that? Oh, God. Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another. He gives you a sly wink. Remain serious. Yeah, okay. I think we'll pass this physical instrument check, though. So we probably won't take any damage. So tell me, how can the head of the Debardairs Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today? Oh, never mind. It was pain threshold, not physical instrument. I failed. Yeah, whatever. Just do some drugs. The chair you're sitting on has got to be the most uncomfortable chair in the world. It's violating your backside. That's sus. Oh, by the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Garty. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense. Points to a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically huge. It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with the cafeteria manager. Go ahead, take it. He points at it again. Wow, that's 25 riel. That's good money. You need it. 25 riel? Are you fucking serious? Joyce gave me 130. I just had to ask. You can take that comically large check and shove up your... No, keep it. I'm good. Okay, okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then. He crosses his arms on his ample midsection and sinks further into his chair. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun. His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun. Lost gun. Lost gun. Oh no, my morale. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only two words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. I would appreciate any help you could provide. Are you alright, Harry? You seem anxious. Don't be. Everything's going to be alright. Oh god, I'm gonna... I'm gonna fuck this one up. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be alright. Kim. Officer, we'll deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this. Okay, well that doesn't help at all. I wouldn't be so sure about that, he says as though to himself. Yeah, there's no getting out of this one. I just do not have the stats for this, and I'm in the chair. This is another reason I didn't want to sit down. Yeah. Oh god, I'm going to start crying, am I? God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun. Those children are going to shoot themselves with it. So what? Men can cry too. You want to cry? God, you're weak. Whatever you do, don't cry. He'll think you're disgusting. Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good. Okay, I need to patch that up for a bit. What is this Mr. Dubois he keeps repeating? What is he trying to pull here? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill. Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry! The large man snaps his fingers, but to no effect. You're in some stupor. There are no Harrys. Let your mind go to your safe place. Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency? Maybe you can use your hand somehow in a kind of throwing motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois. Next time you should get the fake name. I know you can get a thought. I know you can if you press the whole Raphael Ambrosius Cousteau thing. I might do that next playthrough probably. Actually, this chair is uncomfortable. I could use that glass of water. What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time, and I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too. Well, that was fucked. Okay, enough. We're here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation. Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask some questions. Police officer questions. It's about time. It's about a time. That's not English. It's about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity. I want to talk about the hanging. Oh, of course. That's why that's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. He nods. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me. But there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open. Yes, that sounds good, the lieutenant says with a slow nod. Let's do that. But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. Suddenly he slaps himself on the forehead. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors. Alright, this is the thing I need right now. I've opened a few doors in my life. I'm sure you're going to open this one with flying colors, Harry. This really is very simple, and there's nothing shady about it. This jiggling ooze thinks he's going to use you. He's got another thing coming. Play his game, son, with your eyes peeled. He's going to slip up, and when he does, you're going to come out on top. Why don't you just open it yourself? Oh, Harry, I'm a very busy man, and more importantly, I don't have that extraordinary physique you do. He slammed his fists together. You look like you could run around all day. Well, I did spin kick your 6-foot-tall bodyguard in the face, so yeah, I am pretty fit. You want to send someone a message that the police are working for you. I repeat, I'm a very, very busy man, Mr. Kitsuragi, and therefore I must occasionally enlist outside help. So what will it be, Harry? Whose door is it? Ah, no one. Just a weasel. A weasel lives there. Nothing for you to worry about. What do you mean by a weasel? A loud, blabbering weasel. When weasels feel no one is watching, they start acting foolishly. He removes his glasses and rubs his nose. We had a guy confess to the whole thing. Do you seriously think Titus Hardy actually killed the guy? Tell me, like, actually, answer the question. I'm not implying anything. I'm asking if you actually believe that. Do you think that was Titus Hardy? Do you think his confession is real? And it's not meant to divert blame off anyone else. Just go there, unlock a door, and leave it open. It's been such a burden on me, Harry. I just want this to be over so I can discuss business with you. He puts his glasses back on. I don't even know who it really is, but I just know it's not Titus at all. There's no way. No way. But you don't even know anything about the hanging. Harry, my dear friend. He sinks deeper into the chair. I am what people call a local bigwig. I know everything that goes on in Martinez. Hammett, fine, I'll look into it. We need to talk about the murder. Fantastic, my friend. Just let me know when it's done, and we can take our friendship to the next level. He flicks his fingers. You can get the key from Manana. He's down by the gates. Manana's like a free agent in the Union. Special operations, hard and socialist. Real free thinker, too. He'll tell you precisely where the door is. He smiles, obviously satisfied with how he planned it all out. One last thing, Harry. Just open the door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door. Well, I'm gonna go in anyway. Okay, I'm told the Union is involved in the local drug trade. What? He smacks his forehead, completely flabbergasted. Harry, how could you say that to me? I know I appreciate a joke as much as you need a jolly fat guy, but I can't take slander. Are you actually investigating this? No comment. Harry. You wound me, Harry, in the heart, but I trust you to put this to bed. Do what you must, and let's change the subject, shall we? Thank you for understanding. Lieutenant looks him in the eye. We'll continue to do what we must. You too, Lieutenant. He chuckles suddenly. You know I like you, but you were never my favorite. I'm a Harry guy. I'm Team Harry. None taken, the Lieutenant quickly replies, and then turns to you. Do we have anything else to do here, Harry? I've just finished investigating the local drug trade. Ah, yes, your side investigation. Thank you. He adjusts his glasses. You've got some spirit, clearing up phony drug accusations alongside this murder. I'll talk to the mayor and see if I can get you the key to the city, Harry. Now let's talk real business. Actually, Revachol doesn't have a mayor. Not even a speck of anger in his voice. That's that then. Aren't you going to ask me how I got in? Am I going to ask? Hell, Harry, you spin-kicked my strongest man in the face. I saw it from my window. Would you ask a man like that how he got into your container yard? You don't have a window. It was a figure of speech, Harry. Of course I don't have a window. I'm in a container. Anyway, I assure you I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it. Shall we get a dead body down from a tree? You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria. Oh my, he smiles pleasantly. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter? Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt, a steel-reinforced cargo belt. Safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us and stay in the neighborhood. Say nothing. I can certainly see how helping him out there might start affecting some real estate values. He licks his fat lips and smiles. Of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you. He picks up the handset of a radio phone to his right and then clicks a button. Jean-Luc, the cop who bested you in physical combat, is here and he has a little dead body and a tree problem. Namely, he needs to be taken down. Please extend it as courtesy. 1 second. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Let's talk about my lost gun. Yes, your lost gun. His face turned serious. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. He winks at you. Just a matter of time and effort. And then when it finally seems to be working with him, he might even be holding your gun hostage. Oh no. Fucking killed her. Hold on, can you really hold my gun hostage? Oh no, there's only one thing is certain. If you work with him, you're going to get it back. And working with him might be the only way to do it. Spoilers, working with him is the only way to do it. The gun may have been bought from Roy's pawn shop. Have your men factored that in? Yes, thank you for the hot tip regarding your lost gun, Harry. My men have indeed. He makes air quotes, factored in that you pawned it. Now please, let the professionals do their job. Kick back, Harry. Relax. I have great guys on this. You focus on what's important. Building our relationship for the good of Martinez. Did not come as a surprise to him. He might not actually be bullshitting. I will not be blackmailed with this gun business. Harry, I was only trying to be tactful. A lost gun is a dangerous thing. I can't have it around in my neighborhood. His tone is suddenly very serious. Kids will be playing gun roulette with it as we speak. Teenage gangs will be arming themselves. Get a hold of yourself, Harry. I assure you we are working on locating the missing sidearm as well. The lieutenant is concerned about the lost gun and feels the fact that you haven't prioritized looking for it is unfortunate if inevitable and doesn't put the RCM in a good light. Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi. That's excellent news. He claps his hands together. Looks like we have a friendly gun-finding competition on our hands. Hang on. Oh, wait, can you not? Because you're supposed to be able to get it back if you do another fucking thing for him, but apparently, maybe I... Wait, is it because I said I will not be blackmailed with this gun business? I can't accept it now? Shit. Well. Well, I do have a gun, so... That's something. Turns out the strikers were being served an alcoholic brew. I stopped this madness. Oh no, wait, hold on. Yes, my best men are tracking it down. Some kids saw some other kids running away with it. Some folks said a paranoid schizophrenic might have it. Leads are being checked, Harry. What's that, Harry? You're getting a little pale. Is the words paranoid, schizophrenic, and lost gun in one sentence? Don't worry, it's just a lead. Probably turns out to be nothing. I don't know what that means, Harry, but I love it. He chuckles. I love your initiative. Knowing that you're out there keeping things running lets me focus on the big picture stuff. Don't even tell me what was going on. Alcoholic brew, stronger, stopped it, strike. I'm just going to call you. You surprised me, Harry. I met Joyce, the company representative. Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. He adjusts a button on his sleeve. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone's just pals here. Just pals? We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez here. His smile widens. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her, because you and I are such good friends and I'm helping you get that nasty body down from the tree. And with finding your lost gun, I'm not a jealous guy. What happened to the previous negotiator, Mr. Gaumont? What do you mean, Harry? The big man sounds annoyed. Nothing, I let him go. He made concessions for the company in previous negotiations. Why would you let an ally like that go? He's an old man, Harry. I want him to spend more time with his family. God knows how long he's got left. You called him a midget. Harry! He exclaims, indignant. I have little people in my organization. I never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry. Abruptly, he smiles and changes his tone. I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals. It's hard to say if he really lost his temper or if it's another one of his tricks. This man almost never angers visibly. Joyce said the previous union leader vanished under suspicious circumstances. Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. The man frowns disapprovingly. When she got back, the whole thing was over. Wait, there was no mention of a casserole from Joyce. Funny, Joyce didn't mention any casserole. Harry, Harry, Harry. He flicks his fingers. Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was a rabbit stew or a hair dryer or an iron. The point is, her heart wasn't in it. Mine was. If it's spilled blood you're looking for, then there certainly isn't any in his expression or demeanor now. Evrart, George seems to think the Union is lowballing her. Yes, lowballing. Of course. He's suddenly very serious. This isn't a casino, Harry. Real people, real livelihoods are at stake here. But everything's a casino for these rich types. His expression makes it clear this is childish and irresponsible behavior. Why haven't you let her in to see you? If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator. He doesn't want to see her. It's simple as that. Let's talk about something else. Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time, it's perfectly okay to share anything that we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization. I have no interest in what she's doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this, he makes an all-encompassing gesture, is secret. Yeah, because you want me to talk to Joyce about this, don't you? Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. He looks around. Tell her about how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Evrart doesn't mind. This is weird. Not nice weird, but okay. You got everything. You're sitting in a big chair at a big desk. You got everything now. Does this guy just screams trustworthy, right? This guy says revolutionary. But who the fuck knows anyway? It's impossible to read him. What's in that container that's outside your office? My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them. There's something special about it. It was attached to the Falzen crane. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch, he says with the fondest of smiles. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you. Smooth-talking? Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it. Did you say that was stupid? I'm going to leave now, but we might talk again. Oh, wait. He leans, reaches into his drawer, and pulls out a plastic card. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Great, wouldn't want to get stuck in here. Here, you're one of us now, a real red and white Union man. Take it, Harry. Do I have the... Oh, yeah. I think I have it. I should get them the lost pool. Alright, banana. Nope, still no. Mash your head. Your race descent has temporarily halted, but you will fall again. Evrart told you to help us get the body down from the tree. So it was. You bested me in race combat to reach my superior, and have him give me an order. I salute your cunning, enemy. I will go and remove the body from the tree with my bare hands. You're so noble, Measurehead. But while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. He turns to the lieutenant. Both of you. That would mean you're openly showing the people that you're taking the Union's side. Ooh, shit. Wait, that means showing everyone that we're taking orders from the Union. Yes, that is precisely what it means. Homunculus. This is not going to happen any other way. Lieutenant, what if you don't want to do that? Is the uncomfortable result of not taking it down ourselves? I can live with the compromise. Listen to your little friend. He is wise in his childlike way. His mysterious race yet may prove fierce competition to my heroic haplogroup. Jeez, I'm cuddling up to the Union way too much. Whatever. You know what? Next time we'll shoot the body down. Babe, see that they stay here the whole time. Whatever. So far, the most vocal opponent of the Union is that asshole out front screaming. So, I don't know. Maybe it's okay. The woman's gaze follows Measurehead as he leaves. She turns to you. So you guys are like cops or something? Yeah, we're the law around here. Cool, I like men with guns and power. The woman twirls her hair. I'm Katya, by the way. Is she flirting with me? Look that. You hear that? The lieutenant looks towards the yard. A sound. He's breaking something. Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I really wish I could see it. I also wish I could see it. Look at you, RCM Rent-A-Cops. A loud voice booms in from below. Guarding that bridge like Evrart's lad dogs. Is this where it is at now? The RCM's for sale? Spoken by a mercenary pretending to be a worker. It's none of your business. A shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinet. Cuno. Then, the man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him. Here he's coming. I love how his model glitches when he turns the corner. His morphophysiology is too strong. The corpse has been removed from the tree. He brushes wooden flakes off his hands. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with race victory today. There's been no side choosing. We did what we had to keep order. He nods slowly, and what you had to do was to become a Union man for all to see. Like a true ultra-liberal. I love how Measurehead is basically doing live commentary for racial dynamics. What do you mean by that, actually? Please elaborate. So, he stares at you with his hazy eyes. How'd you like the harbor? Complete. Was nice enough. It's but a rest area in the path leading across open plains, he notes solemnly, then turns to you. A wide smile adorning his face. Like Haplogroup B could have a huge upset this season. Oh yeah, it's like sports teams. It's kind of a weird side effect of his brand of racism, is that he believes in immutable racial characteristics, but he also believes that you can exceed them or fall short of them. So, yeah, he kind of does treat it like a sport. I mean, he literally called it race combat. Right, you talk to the boss eye to eye like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk. Any idea who killed the hangman? A mercenary, aye? He shrugs. Who could have killed him? That is indeed the question. Why even do such a thing? He shakes his head solemnly. The merc was hanging to a very specific type of cargo belt, one often used in harbors, and had the word vermilion written on it. What a thought, he scoffs, looking shocked. Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course. Racial wrestling match. Pushed how? Your dead guy was an enemy combatant. What does that mean? He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts. Did you kill him? I ain't the murder type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our unit have all sorts of men with all sorts of skills. He means a more violent faction could easily take care of such a thing. Understood. Lieutenant takes a note. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you. No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Sure am glad it's not my search. Evrart said he had a key to a door? Key, huh? He runs his fingers through his mustache. What door is this key supposed to open? He said it belonged to a weasel. Ah, say no more, I got you. Taps the side of his nose with a little wink. Got that key right here. Oh, I know where that is, actually. Let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say. saw an opportunity, I took it. I'm a hustle grinder. I'm not sure about the hustle grind, but he waves at you. You know, it doesn't matter. It's a good thing you're doing. Thanks. What you're looking for is the basement door behind the greenhouse, that's behind the whirling in rags. I know exactly where this is, yeah. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized, means we keep out of each other's business. Okay, but where'd you get the key from? Janitor gave it to me. Nice fellow. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter. His gaze wanders off into the distance. None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling, what's it for? He doesn't wait for your answer to feed our children, I guess. Anything else I should know about this task, this weasel person, when he'll be home? He shakes his head. I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for. The man takes a big sip from his flask. Oh, so you're an unemployed drunk. Who he is and what they're fighting for? This is interesting. Why are you striking? We're negotiating our share. Your share? Aye, he seems pleased with himself. How large is wait, so not wages or pensions or this stuff they already covered. Shouldn't you be grateful then? It's a lot more than most people have. Never grateful. Were we ever grateful, we'd have nothing. We fight for every piece. How large a share would you like? All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board so they could take part in the decision-making process. Are you a communist? No, he paused to think for a moment. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value in saying I want it all to myself was a much older and simpler notion. No science to it at all. Oh wow, this guy's very honest. I like that. I like that a lot. Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't. Shouldn't take what's not yours. And how can anything ever be mine? But that's okay. We don't have to agree. The prairie is wide enough for all of us. Boss man Evrart, what can you tell me about him? I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. He shrugs. In my eyes, a capable organizer and decent businessman. Who's bossing the union entail anyway? I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners and other relevant parties, watches out for his own. By that you mean corruption? By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see, in this world. The old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it, even. He is personally not too lavish. That does seem lavish to me. He's reasonably lavish, sure, that's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway. And moralism is the most corrupt of them all. Not you would like to say, but then there's that weasel door. Seem to spend a lot of time thinking about the political situation. Sure, I've had the necessary free time. He spreads his arms wide, using the reach to show you how much time he has. Fortunately, there's always time. The look in his brown eyes conjures up an understanding. For him, having command of his time is the most important thing. It all comes together now. The way he speaks about scabs, his general attitude. He's a follower of 500-year-old Franco-Nigerian, that's what it is. Boyadero code, itself an appropriation of Vespertine cool. That of a noble peasant or a traveling herdsman. True to yourself, independent in your actions, love your friends. Doesn't sound that cool. It sounds antiquated, obsolete, passé. It's not disco. The man sits on the railing, his hands reaching far and wide, yet it feels as if he could effortlessly go even wider if need be, an endless torrent of time. Good dog on you. Your RNG really wants to be a soldier of fortune whose cards fell on the side of communism. I mean, that's basically what the Ultra Liberals were in the lore, right? They supported the revolution up until it stopped being convenient, and then they betrayed them. Wait, hang on. There, working class drunk. You know what this means, right? Case solved. Cracked it, all in a good day's work. Well, duh. Wait, what did I crack exactly? What do you mean, what did I crack? Oh, that how working class that drunk is. It's some third option? No, stop goofing around, recruit. It's her husband, the missing husband. Yes, and you found him. Now go and tell this working class woman, protect and serve, recruit. That doesn't add up. I'm only making a fool of myself. Do marriages make any sense? Does honor? You're not a filthy philosopher. You're an officer of the law. It's time to ace this case and not brood over your reputation. We can deal with the perception management later. You know what? I felt like a coward for not going for something goofy last time. There's no need for champagne when there's honor, recruit. Go and tell the working class woman what you found right now. This shit ain't nothing to me, man. Protect and serve, madam. I found your husband. God damn it, I already told you. My husband isn't missing. Well, I found him nevertheless. I'm that good. Very well, then. Where is he? She's getting impatient. Her hand's now picking her on a random book cover. There. Excuse me. I don't follow. Something else hiding in her voice, though. A trace of worry. Found a working-class drunk, and I thought you might be yours. Right, because working-class women come with alcoholic husbands. She glanced over her shoulder towards the junk. You know what? Something bad, I guess? I'm sorry. I say stupid things sometimes. I didn't mean to annoy. You were right. I do have an alcoholic husband, although not that one. Ha! Blam! Knew it. You told me your husband's alright. I did, and he is. Takes a step back. He's also an alcoholic. So is he missing as well? No, he's not. Or maybe it is. He is. I don't know. He's probably in the park or in Jamrock somewhere drinking with his friends. She looks away. I haven't seen him for... Well, the hell with him. He's completely forgotten about her book, staring blank into the distance instead. Oh, he is missing. Wait a minute. There, she's worried now. Kim, is just me, or we have a missing persons case here? Wouldn't be so sure, he replies before turning to replace the face the working class woman. Ma'am, just to be completely clear, do you want to report it to the police? Report what? He's just out with drinking with his friends. I'm sure the place has better things to do than chase down local goofballs. I don't know. The RCM is ready to chase down every goofball in town. We care about you. She sighs, but you can take a slight hit of gratitude and relief from her face. Alright, go ahead. Do you have any questions? What does your husband look like? Honestly, not different from you. She eyes him head to toe. What do you mean by that? Well, he's slightly chubby. Wait, she doesn't fly. You're fat? You're not fat. The body type she's referring to is called a Franco-Nigerian hide body. Franco-Nigerian, not the... I'm not going to say that. I see. What else? What else? He was wearing a dark brown leather jacket with a bright blue inner lining. The lining is hand sewn. I made it myself. She sighs, her voice slightly quivering when she adds, "It's this cool jacket. God knows he's too cold to run around in this, but he refuses to change. I even tried throwing it away once, but he just dug it out of the bin. Can you believe it?" She looks back at you, shaking her head. Took it out of the bin? Oh, that's filthy. Well, what can you do? I hope at least that extra lining helps him keep warm at night. I wouldn't like him to catch a cold. She's thinking about him out in the cold in some park around the coast. It's making her more and more worried. When did you last see him? Yesterday morning. He went to the library. Her eyes become cold with recollection. He went to retrieve my book, and he promised he'd walk straight back home. Because we talked about this. We talked about not wandering off again. She scoffs. I don't know what to do. I honestly don't know what to do with his addiction. It just makes me feel weak. Gone for around 36 hours then? Damn, this is a missing persons case. Turns away from you in an attempt to recover. Shoot, we've sussed it out. I think I got it, thanks. So you are going to look for him? Yes, I'll bring him back home to you. Thank you. You sense gratitude in her voice. Please do, even though I'm sure he will return home by himself. I'm still sure of that. She tries to maintain a brave front, even though her eyes reveal the opposite. Sure he will, too. When he does, would you let Precinct 57 Kim Kathraki know? Gives her a slip of paper. I will, of course, officer. As I said, it's probably nothing. Woman takes a slip of paper. It's a phone number. Okay, thanks. I'll be going now. Speaking of... I think we'll spend some time internalizing that one. Washed up superstar hobo ultra liberal. This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head. The Royal Lion. Gilliam's Kitten. It's got it. Gilliam the Million. It's got a rhyme, or you're not pronouncing it right. This knocker will last a lifetime and then some. Press your ear against the door. Door is slick with rain. You don't hear any movement inside. It's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp. You knock silently, no response. I guess now it's in. What's your opinion of this task we're undertaking? Let's be honest, this isn't what I joined the RCM for, but every day tells us something new about yourself. Lieutenant replies, still inspecting the padded door. Apparently, working with the local union boss to get info on an investigation is not something I'm squeamish about. So you don't mind if I unlock the door? If this Merc tribunal happens before we solve this, we're looking at casualties. What's one unlocked door compared to that? On the other hand, we could just leave and tell Evrart we opened the door. No one seems to be tailing us to see if we actually did it. Lie to Evrart, that's also an option. Yes, pretending a fabrication is known to get results here and there. He crosses his arms. You took the task, you make the call. Door is right here. You can just open it and be done with this. Besides, if you never open it, you're never going to find out what's behind the door. Yeah, well, we actually do have to open the door. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack, thoughts racing to your head. Good job, let's go now. I'm sure there's nothing interesting in there. Only curiosity can account for stepping over that threshold. Maybe there's treasure in there, a white alligator, a fountain of quicksilver? As you hold the open door, you can feel the air moving, a little draft, a whistle. We're going in. You bet I'm rooting around his shit. Steal his magnesium. Small suitcase full of clothes. Guests are staying over. Hidden world of walking sticks. Can almost feel the warmth of the red sun on the flag. That's a royalist flag, I believe. Yes, this is the flag of Revachol the Suzerainty. What's with the sun? This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the sevenfold sun miracle. What's the sevenfold sun? It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. It happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one. This complex halo phenomenon is how old Revachol got its flag. 10, the old flag of the suzerain. This 10 is an old-fashioned guy. Flag doesn't seem to mind. It's just colorful fabric with the sun sewn onto it. Like all feudal flags, it looks like a children's drawing. Here it is. A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure, a dark-skinned woman grinning amongst mysterious symbols, a broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes, and others. Tap on the mugs. Little ring. Though cheerful, the image on the ceramic makes you vaguely uncomfortable. The images betray a lack of interest in human beings. They are merely an unflattering caricature. What do I mean, uncomfortable? The owner of these mugs doesn't like people of other ethnicities very much. Thanks, good to know. I have no opinion on this. Anytime. Lieutenant picks up one of the mugs and puts it back down with a look of disdain. Beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment. Whip out your yellow man mug and compare. Yes, your broken mug friend wouldn't feel very much at home here. The same humor, would feel very much at home here. The same humor, the same mocking lines. There's the missing tin soldier. The lieutenant looks at the mugs next to each other. Whoever lives here might have used the whirling containers to dump his trash. And now they've drawn the ire of the Union. The plot thickens, as they say. Perhaps you should break into apartments more often. You think it's the same person who put the dead man's clothes in the trash? Who knows? The lieutenant opens his notebook. I'm not expecting too much from this. Clothes in the trash lead either way. It might turn out to be some random local matter, but still, nice coincidence. Move on from the bugs. What's in your drawer? Oh, a nice shirt. Fair-haired fantasy heroes with big muscles. Ooh, same, honestly. Oh wait, this is literally just a better version of that shirt. Hold on. Oh wait, no, it's a jacket. That's why. Yeah, we'll do that. Dripping. Stole your shirt, buddy. You racist bastard. Master Investigator, you just can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places, can you? What do you mean? Nothing. You're right. Get in there, deep. Invade every personal space. Break every lock. It's my duty as a cop to investigate every square inch of this world. Attaboy. The world's secrets were made for you. They wait patiently for you to uncover them. The Jamrock Shuffle. Hell yeah. Now that we've done that, I think now we can probably go to Titus. Actually, we'll stop back by Joyce. Oh yeah, and I keep forgetting these guys. Found you guys a new bull. The old veteran stares at the shot put in ball in silence and speaks in a reserved voice. What is this? Are you mocking us? This isn't for Petanque. No, no need to get angry again, Renee. I'm sure the officer tried his best. It's not like there's a bull kiosk here in Martinet. It's not going to be an alternative, I suggest taking it. It's how it is, huh? The man slowly nods, exhales sharply, and takes the ball. Fine, I guess you did attempt to right your hooliganism. Consider it forgiven. Oh, that unlocks the check here. Well, that just canceled out the -1 we got, but whatever. My quick save again. Any you talking about this old rifle? It's a Bell McGraw, he says, taking the rifle. 4.46 caliber, breech loading, Revachol made. Good weapon, accurate and reliable. This one's inoperable. The bolt spring is missing and the mechanism is jammed. Oh shit. Shut. Still a beauty. Yeah, it's handing the rifle back. Where'd you find her? In the basement there? Not surprised. He looks at the building. There are probably lots of forgotten wartime weapons lying around here. Back in the day, everyone had something stashed away. I don't know what else to tell you. He shrugged. These BM 446s are an antique. No one uses them anymore. The ammunition is impossible to find. Found your guard booth. Yes, the Derbador's Union pays me stand vigil during the nights. He looks down. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight. He gets to the slight side. He feels like he has to justify himself for some reason. You must have seen something in the night of the murder. Your booth looks right in the yard. Yes, it does. You know, unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since the last Monday. Why are you on a leave? It's a private matter, he says with dignity. Nothing to do with your investigation. You see, Officer May is the kind of man who'd rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or, God forbid, seek it. Real man's man. He's just going to write it out. I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own business. The outburst makes him clutch his chest. Something. I just got to cut back on coffee. It's his heart. So who was working your shift that night? No one. The booth has been unmanned since last Monday. He looks suddenly very old and tired, and there's no other guard. It's just me. No one's been guarding the container yard since last Monday? Yes, he nods before hesitantly continuing. It's not actually an issue, I mean. Look, officer, his partner jumps in. The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before Renee. Mr. Clare had that booth built specifically for him. It's mostly decorative. Mostly decorative. The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals, he tries to argue. Evrart created this job for Renee because he knows the Royal Carabineers' position of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated kingsman collecting terror reflects bad on the can live off. A decorated kingsman collecting terror reflects bad on the whole neighborhood, his words. There's absolutely nothing wrong with terror collecting. Renee should rent out his services, invest the profit, get a few more guys, expand and repeat. Wage work is dead end. Yes, the Carabineer utters angrily. Can we conclude the topic of my guard booth now? He's not going to become an entrepreneur. Hang on. There's absolutely nothing wrong with terror collecting. It's my side thing, too. I didn't mean to imply there's something wrong with that, the Jolly Man says quickly. I do it too. Everyone does it. It's an excellent side thing. Yeah. Saw a picture in there. You were in it. You looked happy. Who's the girl? His features stiffen and he gets a cold look. She's nobody. This is none of your concern. I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM. Lady is Jean-Marie Ballot. Gast speaks with a soft voice. And she sure as hell wasn't a nobody. Got it. Give you time. For composure. Put the ugly ass shoes back on. Come on, baby. Ah, yeah. As Rene turns from you to his partner and back, the medals on his chest rattle and glare. He keeps his spine straight and his ribcage lifted, displaying them proudly. How many medals are there? 2. The larger one is shaped like a cross, while the smaller medal resembles the sun. Look at the cross. Crowned head in front of 2 crossed rifles. The medal hangs from a blue striped triangle. It's the Croix de Bravoure, Cross of Valor. The cross was the highest battlefield decoration in the suzerain's armed forces. Awarded for exceptional bravery in the line of duty in service of King Frizzle I. Look at the sun. A small blue star inside of an orange sun has the word Valiant written below. The setting sun was a decoration used to distinguish the seasoned combat veterans in service of King Frizzle I during the Revolution. Well, these guys are reference to Jules and Jim. What's Jules and Jim? Croix de Bravoure, the setting sun. Point to his chest. Did you get them for bravery? He interjects. It's a conflicted topic for the old veteran. There must have been a number of controversial episodes in his service days. Not for rape. Oh, no. That's what I was going to say, bravery. I'm sure, but I know this uniformed reputation. You were also wondering if I got these for raping women or killing babies. No, I really wasn't. I'm just asking. Honor is everything to me, he says with grim finality. Ugh, sounds like you're about to open the gates of conversation. This man will literally talk your ear off if you let him wander on from memory lane. So what did you get the medals for? For doing my duty in the heart of battle. For looking my mortality in the eye when men like Gast in here hid in the bushes and shat themselves. He saves some maudit princeling who foolishly strolled into the front line in his gown of velvet and gold. Saved a princeling? So in the first months of the revolution here in Revachol, unrest was spreading like wildfire. Marauders had taken most of the Couron and were getting really ambitious. King Frizzle thought he could end it all in one decisive strike. The old carabineer runs his fingers over the larger metal. Sent his cousin Drysant to put an end to the unrest. Alas, the young Drysant was all piss and no vinegar, wearing a tunic of purple velvet and a cockatoo feathers to battle. He spits. Even his rifle was gold-plated, shown from 5 clicks away. Can you imagine the asininity? Purple velvet tunic, the lieutenant says thoughtfully. That isn't exactly camo. Keep the long and bloody story short, Drysant marches against the partisans of Couron, and when I say march, I mean made us walk into capture enemy territory single file like toy soldiers, while he rode in front of on his giant red stallion. Red stallion, my god. The rebels were smart. They let us come real close before opening fire. Suffice to say, it was carnage. Bastards. Got shot in the left shoulder and went down. Just a flesh wound, but as I turned over, the prince fell into the mud next to me. He was missing his lower jaw. And his horse, driven mad by the noise and smell of gunpowder, stepped on my leg and shattered my knee. He pats his right thigh. It's painful to even think about. Hang on to the story. Veterans get sentimental after such retellings. This might yield something useful. And what'd you do? Grabbed my sidearm and shot the beast in the head, and everything went black. Capitaine Arnoux le flou d'Achavon. I cannot do French. When I came to, it was all over, he continues, ignoring his companion. It was just me and the jawless Drysant, gurgling in the blood-soaked mud right next to me. The Dink had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood, but despite missing his jaw, he seemed hesitant to die. Tougher than he looked, that one. So it never happened to Johnny Lawjaw. My jaw's tight. Right. He doesn't get sidetracked. So I grabbed the prick and started crawling. Kept going until the 59th Cavalry picked us up. Through some miracle, we both survived, and the jawless freak convinced Frizzle to give me a medal for not leaving him to die his own blood, piss, and shit. He was the commanding officer, and I was on duty, just doing my job. Shouldn't hand out medals for that. He shakes his head. 13 months later, I received the Sun for distinguished service. It's not worth mentioning. Since he's downplaying it, he did a lot more than his duty, more than anyone's duty. It's in his spine, in his billowing breast, an untarnished self-worth. Sounds like you're being modest, Rene. The old carabineer stands quietly like a statue, his features motionless. What Monsignor Modesti is not telling you is that he crawled over 7 kilometers before the cavalrymen found him in Drysant. 2 days later, that was. And that even whilst crawling with a mangled half-dead prince on his back, he still managed to murder 3 rebels on his way. Well, this guy's a badass. Is that pride in his voice? It's deep down, but maybe not even unbeknownst to the man itself, it's there. Hold on, you're just a little bit proud of Renee's heroics, aren't you? Sorry, officer, but you're reading me all wrong, he chuckles. I'm a man of peace, and these kinds of bloody heroics are only impressive to men like Renee himself, certainly not to me. How did you find the story to be, officer? Quite impressive. It's men like Renee that who made... I don't want to say that. That sounds like a fascist thought. You know, why not? Maybe, but also bear in mind, officer, he points to the sunset medal on Renee's chest. They don't hand these out for anyone with a service record. Oh, no, you have to get shot. You know, that's eagerly, repeatedly. You need to get your hands bloody, too. Really, really bloody. Don't speak of what you know nothing about, poltroon. He slams his heel on the boot of the ground. Duty is something you'll never understand. Thanks for the story. His gaze wanders over the bay. There were many such stories in those days, many such men, too. True Revacholians, men with backbone. Yes, Renee. Yes. Oh, the jolly man nods meekly. Men were bigger, girls were prettier, and everyone was a fascia. Lord, please bring those days back if you can. Not getting into this with you again, he mumbles through clenched teeth and turns to you. Officer, was there anything else? Yeah, no. Try to come up with a heroic story of your own. Impress this old soldier. We're not doing that. Thank you. Although... Did I forget to get the, forgot to get the shirt. I need to take this hat off when I do the fucking check. Keep forgetting. I'll keep the shoes on for a bit, though. Hang on. Bench. The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench now look overly comforting. You can sit on bench if you solve the murder. Let's go. You can revisit the bench if you need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone. Oh, that's good. Oh, they've gotten the body down, too. We need to do the autopsy. Alright. I got a dedicated save for this one. Missed a good show before Kip came by and completely fucked the tree to pieces. He fucked the tree up. Fucked it good. It was porno. By the way, Kip is a racial slur. Total retards use language like that. Use a slur to beat a slur. Wish I could have been there to see it. Now I have some questions. Shoot that shit at Kuno, Pigonot. Talk to Manana about the armor. So, he raised his eyebrows, projecting aggressive indifference. Streamer slurred, cancelled. Oh no, I said a fictional slur. Oh god. Told me you promised to sick the pigs on him. Yeah, so? He doesn't understand. Kino did sick the pigs on him. Kino's a man of his word. Kino sent your fat ass running around like jello. Look, pig, he's suddenly all business. Kino sent you to rough some people up. Kino played you. That happened. Now you, Kino, should move on. Good idea. Yeah, let's move on. Yeah, that's what Kino said. Don't be saying what Kino said back to Kino. He throws his hands in the air. Get the fuck out of here, parroting Kino. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kino's face. Yeah, real interesting. Yeah, nothing new there. Corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch, gently laying on its side. Well, it's down. 70 experience. Ho ho. Mr. Measure has done a good job. Lieutenant nods approvingly. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy. Field autopsy? Yes, he covers his nose and lists. 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We're on number 3. The RCM's 4-phase murder scene processing manual. The fuck are they on about? Cop's gonna cut his shit up. Don't we have something else for this? A doctor? No, you and I are detectives. The honorary rank of detective signifies our ability to handle the entire incident chain, from an autopsy to cleanup to social work, everything. Going to put in visual calculus. Honorary rank of detective? An honor and a burden attached to your rank once you've proven yourself able. Usually after 5 to 8 years of field work. Mine is lieutenant detective. Yes, I feel like a detective. You are. Your station would not have signed you on this case if you weren't. Now. Tell me something, dead man. Shoot, Looney Rooney. Nothing. What exactly is a field autopsy? Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them. What you do know is, at 18.9 km, the dormant shield volcano Corpus Mundi is the world's highest summit. And the failure of the 38 single Et Puy de Sang to crack the top 20 was a death knell of disco. But what a field autopsy is, you have no idea. Why don't you know? What use are you? You must have me confused with the Copopedia. Who's the Copopedia? I think I need to talk to him. You, sir, are the Copopedia. Well, you're useful. Do you have another pair of gloves? Unfortunately, no. I have gardening gloves. Maybe they're enough. They're better than nothing. Lieutenant looks at the gloves. Tell you what, I perform the anatomical side of things while you will take notes. Where should I take these notes? In my paperwork? Yes, you see. He points to the bright red page at the end. The field autopsy form is on the red copier paper. Dead man stares in silence as he cracks open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists describing the condition of his skin and organs in 3 parts. Above those, an 11 field info form needs filling out first. It begins with... Let's jump ahead to the 3 parts. Phase 1, begin with 1, assistant. That's you. Well, the first question, alright, I don't know the answer. Just leave it empty, officer. Corpse lies there, indifferent to your retrograde amnesia. The next box says, coroner's case number. This thing. Write it down. Next, name. Her nom de guerre, Lely. It's better than nothing. Write it down. Right, Lely, nom de guerre. What's next? Date of birth? Date of birth. Not applicable. Age? The lieutenant cracks his glasses, roughly 50. Corpse looks ageless, like meat on a hook. Teeming with opportunistic microorganisms, letting out a foul-smelling diamine compound. Your eyes turn watery. Race. Mondial. Fair to olive skin from the islet of Mundi. This is as vague as it gets. You might as well say whitish. Write it down. Pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other. Sex. Fucky fucky, the little monster claims energetically. Male. Pig's gonna have sex? No, male. Nor does he look male with his pregnant belly and indistinguishable face. Date of death. We're still going with March 4th, 51. What else? He looks over your shoulder. Body identified by is not applicable. Case number is the same as the coroner's case. This thing listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck. Only 1 box remains. Evidence of treatment. None, at least not after the initial examination. What is treatment anyway? Interfering with the body's position or wounds post-mortem. How'd you not know that? Aren't you a cop? You're leaving a weak impression here. Say something sure-handed. Don't overdo it. It's okay to be unsure. I'm not so sure. silent nod, the lieutenant places the gloved hand on the corpse's chest in preparation. Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. An ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-Delorian burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform, then... Somewhere in Jamrock North, a small woodshed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Furbach puts his hand on the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There's darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette ball-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coron. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Torson. Hand extended, he approaches to make sure she is dead more than anything else. Building's tall, several stories wind-wrapped in solitude. Most of the apartments are unoccupied. This was a suicide. The other an accident, a small one. So all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today, 42 stations of breath. We should start the post-mortem. Turn the page. The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with the world, with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on the red copy paper tries to answer why. Internal examination summary. Clothes, he begins. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see. Turns the body onto its side to check the underwear label. See, it's happening. Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M, color white. The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid. Write down. The rest of the clothes have been removed post-mortem by scavengers in order to get to the victim's ceramic armor. Officers are in search of the missing pieces, removal of the boots left for processing. It would be clever of you to omit the boots altogether, sire, if you are to keep them for yourself, as you ought to. You've deserved them more than anything else. When am I going to get them? Patience. After the autopsy, before the body is taken away, there will be a window of opportunity. After the lieutenant has gone to sleep. I hope this has helped you, my liege. Sin like the devil, from like the Bible. Omit the boots. Tattoos, he stands up, feet planted on either side of the body. The upper torso is covered in a single continuous tattoo resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files of document A1. The photo is taken on the scene using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargoes around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow, length 3 meters. There's a buckle on the other end. He produces a measuring tape. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.80 meters, generally consistent with age, about 50. Preservation is good, ambient temperature below freezing. Body hair is light brown, distribution is consistent with age. He kneels in to get a better look. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair has come back short. Write it down. Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stone thrown post-mortem at low velocity. Fucking low velocity? The kid explodes. You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity. Lieutenant pays no heed. In attention, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest, consistent with predation. Write down, but meant for high velocity. Ligature mark. The lieutenant produces a small folding knife. With the other hand pulling on the belt, he starts cutting into the polyester. The stench is horrid. After a while, it's obvious the material cannot be cut. Steel wiring, he concedes, breathless. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get the ligature mark. You got just the right tool for that, the chain cutters. Oh yeah, I'm prepared. Hangman lets out a joyous little bubble of rot from his nose. Good thing we got these chain cutters. Always good to think ahead. Now, he points to the rope, squeezing the dead man's neck. You need to cut the belt to the ligature mark below, carefully with as much precision as you can. See, my pig is going to fuck his head off. No, he ain't. See, looks blasé. Your pig's a boring fuck. For a good spot to cut. Belt is equally tight around the whole circumference of his neck, swelling over the edges like white bread rising from the yeast. I really hope I don't fuck this up. Oh, good. After some deliberation, you sink the cutters into the knot, tying the belt together. You squeeze the rubber handles together, sweat forming on your brow. Press down. Snap. The knot is slashed and they're cut, and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck, and the dark red ligature mark around it. The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is on the back of the neck. Lieutenant is kneeled closer, running his finger along the dark red groove until there's a gap. As it ought to, this is where its grip on the curdled meat is gentlest, pulling up. Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 to or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact. He presses down on it. Normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant. Pelvis intact. Genitalia. Pulls down the man's underpants. Now it's gonna happen, see? I fucking knew it. This is clearly what they've been waiting for ever since the autopsy began. The lieutenant's trying to make it as boring as possible. Why do you want to see a dead man's penis? Genitalia is male and unremarkable, no evidence of injury. Write it down and move on. Back is symmetrical and intact. He struggles to turn the corpse on his side. Upper and lower extremities are intact but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip. Bullets have bitten little pieces out of him. It must have been excruciating, especially the hip. Before you is a temple of pain that knew little tenderness of knife. In addition, I see smaller residual scars, too numerous to count, everything covering about 30% of his skin. It's the body of a soldier, a mercenary. We have a real museum here. Battles, wars. Last item, hands. Takes the man's right hand in his, inspects it, and then moves on to the other hand. Hands are clean. He inspects the wrist, no sign of a recent struggle. Were we expecting any? I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, the stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment. Ooh, he turns to the side to breathe. It's not enough. He buries his face in the sleeve of his jacket. You hear a muffled voice. That's all for the external. Well done. What's next? Internal examination. Central nervous system, he says, and then concludes abruptly. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system? You don't even have a joke. Oh, I failed that. Nope. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid coming from the mouth. He gets close to the swollen mouth hole, eyes squinting from the fumes. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant, hyoid bone. Let's see. With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage gently. A rotting smell erupts from his mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous. Yeah, jack that fucker off. The hyoid bone is fractured, he says after a while. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact, unremarkable. Write it down. That's my perception, by the way. 3. Respiratory system, back hunch as if in prayer. Begins to pry open the dead man's jaws. He stops to exert more force. Both hands are used. Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim received dental implants possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen, hemorrhaging, present in mucosa of the lips and mouth. No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air unlike anything living. You feel like you're about to throw up again, straight in that mouth of his. No, you don't. You can keep it in. You can keep anything in. And suppress the contractions trying to empty your stomach. All it takes is concentration. Through it, you see nothing but darkness. More meat and darkness. There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later. Hemorrhaging present in mucus, the lieutenant repeats impatiently. He lets go of the jaws, the mouth snaps shut before you. Write it down. Yeah, there's something. I think that there's something in the mouth there. Hepatobiliary not applicable. Why, don't we have anything? Are you a hepatobiliary expert? He looks at the corpse's stomach with a mixture of tiredness and disgust. I don't think so. Neither am I. Right. Same for toxicology and serology. Not applicable. Both? Unless you have the untapped reservoirs of knowledge there. Reservoir? No, but did they take obscure trivia and odd tidbits? Would obscure tidbits and odd trivia fit the fields? No. The completionist in me wonders if there's something we'd still do. Like a toxicology screening, he looks at the monster. At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. Still, you should add a request. Brimming with cocaine. Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood is gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with a hanging. Write it down. Gastrointestinal. He breathes a sigh of approaching relief. This is the last field on the list. He looks around to the ground, the pool of feces there. This will do. And digested semi-solid food in stomach, voila. Touches the corpse bloated lower abdomen briefly. Write it down, keep the voila. What's next on the list? Description of injury summary. Let's see, he tilts his head. We have bite mark, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. Can leave 3 fields, leave the 4th one too. What about the injuries we have inflicted? Oh, he looks incredulous. So we inflicted them? Okay, I have inflicted. Okay, so there's a spin-stabilized munition from a KAG A990 muzzleloader lodged in his lung. I don't think we should mention that. Better not to muddy the waters. I agree, the waters are muddy enough. See, these pigs are fucking corrupt. The boy nods approvingly. Why don't you fuck them if you love them so much? Now, injuries. Bite marks? He nods. Head, chest, and scalp bite mark injuries. Predation by birds cause damage to the body. Odontologist does not need to be consulted. Write it down. In your opinion, officer, beneath the description there are 2 boxes waiting to be ticked. Non-fatal post-mortem. Agreed. Next injury, contusions. So, the scalp bleeds from post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. A perpetrator on the scene is confessed to causing it post-mortem. At maximum velocity, fucko. Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity. Coagulated blood sticks to scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man. Non-fatal post-mortem. Right, next. Ligature mark. Oh, good. A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say, 7 centimeters. The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. See hemorrhaging on the skin above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark 1 centimeter. No sign of clawing on the neck. Write it down. The cervical column is intact. So it didn't break his neck. You know, I'm going to say non-fatal. He's deep in thought, eyes fixated on the bright red ring around the dead man's neck. Why do you say that? I'm serious, I don't think this was the injury that killed him. Okay, why don't you think it was fatal? Why weren't his hands tied? A big man like this, I would tie his hands and march him to the gallows. Honestly, I'm not sure there weren't marks on his wrist. That part got blurry for me, the stench. But you're right, I was ready to call this. Now that I think we should leave it empty, at least for the time being. He produces a small black plastic roll from his jacket, a body bag. Let's wrap this up. I promise to field autopsy over. First, how did it go? It was a regular field autopsy. We did not establish cause of death, which is supposed to be the goal of an autopsy, but personally, I don't see this as a parameter for success. We also requested a toxicologist screening that was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks. If we're lucky, I would not hold my breath. What else? We were thorough with the list of injuries, too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy. Oh, yeah, well done, Master Detective. Maybe a drink is in order. Nah. I need a copy of that autopsy form, then I'll drive him to Fallberg for processing. He's thinking, did I miss something? Oh, dude. Tilt your head, also looking at the corpse. They say the world isn't ready for a rock and roll cop. No one wants their state monopoly on violence to be mixed with celebrity worship. They claim to know it would be dangerous for detectives to rise to the ranks of demigods and have sexual encounters with barely legal cover girls. It would be insane, they say. To all this you say, fuck off and die, in a cool voice. You people have no idea how good these cops are going to get. They're going to crack 20 cases a day. In the future, cops will be like astrophysicists, or prime ministers, or prophets, and you're the first one. Okay, what increases my perception here? Basically Spider-Punk if he had a badge, yeah. I'm gonna save twice. Search the body one more time. Oh. It's just something we're not seeing. Okay, well, we're in liver mortis here. He's disintegrating. We need to refrigerate the body. If we want to connect another examination, we need to do it fast. Okay, where do we find a refrigerator of the body? Hey, wasn't there a giant ice bear sarcophagus below that building? He points toward the commercial area. Okay, I hope I can still find that bullet. Oh wait, hold on. I think I just gave that away there. Yeah, I need to pass that check, dude. Well, yes, there was. It was massive. Red eyes glowing in the dark. Oh, yes, there was. Now, Detective, I've rarely been disappointed by the size of a giant ice bear fridge, but I think we should still take a look at it first. Make sure it's big enough before we carry him over. Let's move. With every hour, whatever we're looking for in the deceased will become hard to find. Yeah, I think I can still find what I'm looking for in there. Why can't I? My camera. There we go. Okay, you know, I think it's time that we... stop the stream. Because my throat is hurting, and it's been about 2 hours. No, hour and a half. Close enough. Thank you all for coming. Good night. God bless. Thank you. Thank you.